Okay, we are back with Mark Thompson, the original Mr. Community. Okay, I want to talk about schools a little bit because right now you're still in the school system, but not Wycomico.
Yeah, I retired. Another retirement. I retired from Wycomico County. Wow, it's 4 years ago now. Mm-hmm. And
They miss you.
I love it. I loved it, but I retired to go through to work full time or serve more at Adopt a Block. Mm-hmm. But then I found out that my wife called and said, "There's this position called Community Liaisons, Community Coordinator down in Worcester County." No one knew what it was, and I helped with the program up here. Mm-hmm. And I said, "Oh, I know what this is." They said, "They don't know what it is. Why don't you apply for it?" And I did. So I've been down there, and now I'm in Pocomoke.
Pocomoke County School?
Pocomoke.
That's not a county.
No. So it's so funny you say that. Pocomoke Elementary. Pocomoke is part of Worcester County.
Worcester County.
It's the southernmost part.
Okay.
So you start off. People start in the north. They all know Stephen Decatur and Ocean City, and then you start moving in the middle, and everybody knows Snow Hill. Mm-hmm. But then they say Pocomoke, and they go, "Isn't that Somerset?" No. Is that Virginia? No.
Yeah.
We're caught between the middle, and it's like that where a lot of the people down in Pocomoke, a lot of them came from Virginia and stopped at Pocomoke City, or they came from Somerset County and stopped at Pocomoke City and Worcester County. So that's where I'm at. I serve as the community school liaison for Pocomoke Elementary School.
Wow.
Pre-K 3.
Now, what does that entail? What do you do with that?
So what I do is same thing I've always done. And I say
work with people.
Yes. And I always say I use it like this analogy. I'm the conduit between the community and the schools.
I like that.
I help both of them connect.
Sure.
And that's what I do. Try to find resources, bring it into the school, letting families know school's safe. Come on in. Talk to us. Talk to teachers.
I like that.
So that's what I do down there, and I love it.
Well, that's definitely something that I would like to see more here in Wycomico County. It's kind of unique, though, that because I actually have grandkids now. My goodness, got 8 of them. And, yeah, well.
You have grown.
Yes. Well, we had to pick up one from a certain school, and there's a guidance counselor there that has a last name that's like yours.
Thompson, maybe?
Yeah. Yeah. So your son's following in your footsteps.
David is the guidance counselor at Chipman Elementary, which is, I still can't believe it. It was funny when I was in Wycomico and I would go in schools or someplace, and he's with me, and they'll say, "Mr. Thompson." I go, "Yes." They go, "Oh, not you, him." And I go, "No, I'm."
Right. He's David.
That's David. And it was wild when my dad was still living. He's been gone now for 2 years.
Yeah.
I would say call me Mr. Mark, because I haven't gotten to be that established to say Mr. Thompson. That's my dad.
That's right.
And Frederick Douglass Thompson, Reverend Frederick Douglass Thompson,
wow,
was Mr. Everything in Erie, Pennsylvania. And it's so ironic that everything he did, I followed. And I had no idea.
Wow.
When he was, he worked at Gannon University. He was the upper bound director. He worked with keeping kids in college. I find myself doing the same thing in the school system. He retired after 25 years with Gannon University to take over for the city mission. I left FedEx after 25 years to take over for the Salvation Army. He helped write youth juvenile laws. And I find myself doing the same thing. When I was mentioned before our break, I was the DMC coordinator, disproportionate minority contact, working with youth involved in the juvenile justice system. I'm chair of the Lower Shore Children's Center here in Salisbury, looking at, when children do something, they don't get charges. They get detained, and they go to detention centers around the state. What we're finding out is that a lot of our youth now, because family structure dynamics, they're doing some pretty serious things now, making the community sometimes not that safe for our young people are just. And
it starts at home, though.
Oh, you know what else I did when I was in the school system?
What's that?
I passed the law or the policy for Cell phones.
Really?
Why did I do that?
So wait a minute, you the one who brought cell phones in.
Oh my goodness! But think about when we passed that law or the policy for having cell phones. This was 15 years ago. We never thought it would bloom up like this.
Well, yeah,
And-
it's definitely went up.
But one problem that I think that we did as adults, when we brought the cell phones in and gave cell phones to children, we didn't anticipate what they could do with them and how it could be such
Technology
an influence.
has changed.
It's changed.
Yep.
And now we're in AI, which is a whole nother.
Oh yeah.
Another beast.
Well, I made comment on a couple of past segments where we've had some things happen in schools. One of my biggest concern is the fact that they have cell phones in school. I mean, because when I grew up, I had my GI Joe taken from me. Now, when you have a fight in school, you ain't got to worry about hearing about it.
Nope.
All you do is just go on social media and Facebook and. It's just the kids are just taking it to a whole new level.
I was fortunate when I was on the school board. I went to a conference and met the writer of Freedom Fighters.
Okay.
Freedom Riders. Story about inner city school where a teacher came in and got the kids that were in the hood to read books. And it was so funny. And one of the episodes, and I can almost remember when there's going to be a fight in a school. If I say, I'm going to fight you, you'll tell your friend and a couple friends, and when you go outside, there'd be like 3 or 4 people there. That's it. Now, once I say I'm going to fight you, you text the whole school is outside.
Wow.
Waiting.
Wow.
It goes like that.
Yep.
It's instantaneous.
It's kind of scary because a lot of times when we wanted to get into a little fight or whatever, we talked about it in between classes. Now I think it's being actually prepped in the classroom.
You know what the children used to do, Wycomico County, every school system really. Now children are they're typing in, meet me, wherever.
Wow.
And they're sending it out.
Wow.
And now they raise their hand, Miss Jones, can I go to the bathroom? Yeah, sure. Not knowing that they just set up a meeting.
Yeah.
Down the hall in the bathroom. And now there's going to be a lot of students. So, we get to that point, take their cell phones. And that's where I saw a lot of the charges came from in schools, from when the deputy came in. And that's another issue when the SROs in the schools.
Yeah. When I was in school, I don't think there was really a need. I think they started as I was like in 10th grade, but we really didn't have a need for it before.
No, what the worst thing happened to you, say, Mr. Dave, go to the principal's office. And you'll be scared to death.
That'd be the end of the world for me.
No.
Because mom get that phone call.
Yeah. Now they're not scared. But now the deputy comes in the classroom, and they ask for the cell phone, and then there's an exchange, and then now the deputy's going to write them up. But now there's a new policy. Deputies have to stand back. And the whole Juvenile Reform Act, now anyone under 13, you can't really do anything with them, but take them back to their home.
Yeah. Sad but true.
Yeah.
Sad but true.
So that's what we're living in now.
Wow. And I mean, now, as far as what the kids are a part of in these schools now, I mean, when I was in school, there was just a bare general math. You had your math, your science. Now they got all other kinds of stuff. I mean, you've got to watch what's going in the libraries. You've got to watch this. You got to watch that. Do you find that the kids are more distracted now?
Well, there's more things to distract them.
Yeah, not just cell phones. I mean, just with everything.
Well,
that's there.
there's so much in the school building now. And you mentioned books. Now the families are saying, well, don't put that book in the library. Don't do that book. And we're fighting all that. We have curriculum councils that review books. And who are these people that are reviewing these books? And why are they taking some books out, putting some in? I don't think the children really care one way or the other. But I think it's creating so much of a confusion in the school with the adults that they're losing sight of that child sitting there.
Oh, wow.
And now in the school, and I've always said this, and some people disagree, a lot of them disagree with what I say, but I think the school system has turned is the surrogate parent. And what I mean by that, we feed them breakfast,
that's the truth.
We feed them lunch,
Truth.
We keep them after school as long as we can to feed them dinner.
Sure.
We give them clothes. We do everything for them until the weekends, and even on some things, we open doors on the weekends when they come. So we really have become the surrogate family. And I think the school system needs to start really embracing that, meaning that now we're dealing with a generation of, I call them almost the prodigals, the ones who weren't successful in the school. Now they have children. They weren't successful. Now their children come to school.
Sure.
And we're trying to reach them and reach them at a point where they weren't successful. So now the school building is traumatizing for them because they remember their time. So they don't want to really get engaged. And then their children come in. And then the other part with parenting, I don't say bad parenting. They just don't know. They weren't raised. Now the children are raising themselves. The TV, the videos, the songs, TikTok. You know what? I did something so funny the other day.
What's that? You did a TikTok?
No, I wouldn't know what TikTok is.
I'm
gonna say this word. What's that? 6, 7.
Oh my goodness.
So I have no idea what it was.
I'm still not knowing what it is.
I'm sitting there. I try to get kids involved in our announcements at school, and so I like to bring the young people and help do the announcements with me. And I say, "Hey, today's your birthday. Are you 6 or 7? 6, 7, 6, 7." I went, "What's he doing?"
I'm still trying to figure out this 6, 7 thing. I mean,
it's not. It's that brain rot they call it. It's just something. And I always say that young people speak that new tongue. In church, you would say a Pentecostal piece speaking in tongue. Well, the children are speaking in tongue that we don't understand because it's something. It's the language is different. So
really, they got text language. I ain't figured that out yet.
I don't know what that is.
No.
So we have so much that's engaging or taking them away.
Distracting them.
The noise, I call it. I like my earbuds that I use. It's called noise canceling. And when I put them in and I hit that noise canceling, now I can focus on what I'm reading. I wish we could do that with all of our kids. Put noise canceling in their ears to get the distractions in this world.
It would be great, wouldn't it?
Concentrate on what we're trying to give you. Yeah.
Well, I know talking to Bishop Dickerson from the Christian Shelter, he actually had a young man that was there in his shelter that ended up getting a scholarship and going.
He sure did.
You know, doing something great. So my question is are you seeing kids that are impacted by their environment at home? Then in school you can see. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's that word resilience. Some children, I think it's an innate part that they are resilient. No matter what happens, they can get through it. That young man at the Christian Shelter, I forgot his name right now, though.
It starts with a T.
Yeah, he did very well because he had that innate ability inside him to say, I don't want to stay where I was. I want to go better. All the athletes, I love watching Unsung on TV and talk about how they made it, or watching the athletes 30 for 30. How did they get to where they are? And you see they had something, they didn't stay where they were. Now we just have to keep motivating our children. Just, you can do better. You can make it. I tell them, you didn't have a father. I don't use that excuse no more. I had a dad, but I didn't really spend time with him because he was so busy working. So take where you are and improve on it. And just know, don't use those crutches as disability to hold you back. You have the power to do whatever you want. And now we're in an age where you can do anything. People are looking for people with talent and abilities and creativity. Take advantage of it. But I don't know where our children are right now. I don't want to say lost generation. But it's everything's coming to pass, and I always look at everything spiritually, and say
which is good.
The enemy is attacking our young people
because they're the future.
Because they're our future. If you can derail them, everything. So again, it gets back to adults. We can't get frustrated. Don't take it personal, but stay in there. Keep encouraging them.
Now, I remember when you was with Wycomico County Schools, I know my wife and I, of course, we weren't married then, but her son was in the school system, and I would see you at Walmart, and I'm like, hey, Xavier's not doing very well. And you'd be like, let me look at his grades, and you literally would look on your phone.
And pull it up.
Yeah. I mean, man, we missed that around here.
I know. I mean, you have to.
Do they still do that?
I don't know if they. You got to spend that time. I remember I was at the Regal Theater for a movie, and this thing went viral. I was coming out with my wife, and a couple kids were standing around a deputy yelling at him. They're yelling at the deputy. So it's nothing. Our children aren't afraid of anybody, anything. Respect is gone.
For authority has left.
But we have to make sure they give us that.
Reinstall it.
Yeah. So I don't have children call me by my first name.
Good.
I don't say, hey, Mark.
My goodness. I wasn't allowed that as a kid.
It's Mr. Mark, Mr. Thompson.
It's Mr. Thompson.
Yeah. But our children are grown up. We just couldn't have adult conversations. Now they're with their adults. But so here they are they're yelling at the deputy. Deputy's holding restraint. So I walked in and I said, hey, you guys, what are you doing? And I said, what's your name? And they told me their name, or someone else gave me their name. And I pulled it up on my phone.
You were good.
And I went, oh, and you live over here. How do you know that? And your parents, I'm going to call them right now.
I love that.
And
it helped us.
It stopped. That incident stopped. And I got home and I said, I'm going to do this. I did a text message, or I did a Facebook post. Man, I said, meet me at Wycomico Middle School in the Monday morning. I want to see you, parents, of these children that were at the mall. And
did it show up?
Oh, yes. And it was a good turnout. We started with Judge Massarello. We were really getting kids engaged in lacrosse. We're doing it at Doverdale Playground. A lot of things transpired from that. And I was trying to get, I even talked with the management at Regal saying, I can get adults to stand in here and help. And they didn't want to show that it was having problems at the mall. So they didn't want to do it. But
all about saving face.
Yeah, it kind of, but the people showed up, but we had some of the young people. I still remember that young man. He played lacrosse here and went to Worcester County. I think he played Stephen Decatur football or lacrosse down there. Doing really well, did well. It worked. But we got to step up sometime. Agitate.
So exactly. So speaking of being an agitator, when you coming back to Wycomico? Because they could definitely use you.
I'm still here. I'm going to be working more with Adopt a Block.
Okay.
I stepped away just to go down, just to work. We hired a good director, got it going, and now we're moving into another phase, I think. So I'm going to help with that. But there are some good people, with Jermichael.
Jermichael is great.
Moving. Right. Tom, sometimes, again, agitation is one thing. But you got to learn how to get along with everybody. Get everybody on your side, not just a certain population. Get everybody on your side, and then you can move it down the right track. So,
wow.
And there's other people out there. Again, unfortunately, right now, politics isn't where people want to be. Government.
You said something earlier, and I was about to ask you, why are you not on our school board here?
Well, I did.
They could definitely use you on the school board.
I always said I can do more from outside.
I understand that, Dale. I understand.
And
that
I tell people, here's what you do: go there and do this, and it worked. And I still know a lot of the people, but it takes all of us just working together, and we all have to work together.
We do.
We got to roll in the same direction.
And I do know that we actually had a meeting with Dr. Stauffer maybe a month and a half ago, and you made a comment that it seems like the school has become the surrogate parent. He actually said there's in some cases where the school starts out from when the kid is born.
Yeah, the Birth to 5 program we have. Yeah, we sure do.
That just blew my mind because I know I was raised by a community. Growing a place called Weetipquin where if you did something wrong, you got spanked in that yard, and by the time you run home thinking you're going to tell your side of the story, Mama already found out and you got it back there too. That worked. But nowadays, it's like we said, discipline is not the same anymore.
No, and unfortunately, it's to the point, I remember getting paddled, and I always tell that story. Nowadays, people will grab the paddle and hit you with it. The kids will beat you, the teacher.
Sadly.
So we're just at this point, but we always have to come together and do more things like you're doing. Just talk and be honest. And sometimes you just got to be honest. If you don't know how, just say, I don't know how, I need help. And there's people that can help you. But just be honest about what you're doing, and let's, again, start rolling in the same direction.
Well, like you said, you're a chip off of your dad's block, if you will. And
Yeah,
your
my
son's
I got another
building
one
on that
down in Charlotte.
yeah?
Yeah, and he's going to ministry. Joshua.
Look at that.
I was just laughing the other day. I remember he was in Washington, D.C. He went to Hampton.
Mm-hmm.
The other HU?
Hey.
Well, but not do that. When I do that, he gets mad. Because I am
Maybe
not,
he won't see that part.
I am not part of those fraternities. We didn't
yeah.
have one where
still
I
don't
went
understand
to
them.
another school that didn't have those kind. But and now he's something else now, blue and white, but I don't know what that is. But he did something in D.C. when he was there, living there, and I still remember doing Thanksgiving. My wife and I went. He said, "Dad, we're gonna feed the hungry, or the homeless down in a park in D.C. I think Lafayette Park." It was wild, the number of people. And I said, "Joshua, how do you know how to do this?" He said, "Dad, I just got some groups together and we."
Did you really ask him? And
I know, and he he should have known.
And you and I both, I mean, knowing the Bible, bring a child up in the way they should go.
Yeah,
And we brought those young men up the right way.
and they're doing excellent.
I mean, like literally, when we pick up our grandson, and Mr. Thompson literally puts him in the car, fastens him in, and he'll let us know if it's been a little disciplinary. But he said, "That's okay." I talked to him, and of course, I'm sitting here thinking, "Man, you just like your." Actually, I say it out loud, just like.
And just wait, when they get older, they'll remember what he did.
Wow.
All
Mark,
right.
I appreciate you.
Hey, I appreciate you, man.
I'm going to have
It's
you
been-
back on the show again.
Yeah,
Keep doing what you're doing.
God willing, we'll keep going. I'll just say this one: check your health. Stay. You know, I'm 10 years, 11 years prostate cancer I had, and I'm doing good. I had a scare this summer. I had sepsis, and from urinary tract. I didn't think, men, yes, you can get urinary tract infections.
Wow.
From my prostate, and I just realized my wife saved me, took me to the hospital, spent 8 days in there, and I'm better, recovered. But
Definitely
take care of your
check.
health. Take care of your health.
And that's something
Go
that
to the
actually Bishop Dickerson just went through
Yes,
a
he
little bit
sure
of one.
did.
And I would love to have him on the show. We're going to have you back on the full show and talk about
talk about
health
that.
care.
Okay.
I mean, I'm definitely thank you for
All right,
that.
man.
And I'm going to have to do
Thank
the same
you.
thing.
Appreciate you.
This has been Bridging the Gap. Thank you again for joining us. Have a great one.